Welcome to the Coach's Corner, everyone. I'm your host, Coach Tripp, along with my buddy, Coach Mark Hobley.
Peace.
Hobbs, I call him, and he's in the book. That's right. We got a special guest today, Adron Chambers, World Series champion.
Yes, sir.
St. Louis
Yes,
Cardinals
sir.
from Pensacola High School. Hobbs, you made it in the book, man. I saw it in there early in there. And, And Adron was talking about it. We got so many questions, and this might go a little while, but you got such a great story, interesting story. You and I both played for, I know we get a little bit of age difference, but you and I both played for Sylvester Croom, and we'll talk about Coach Croom in a few minutes. But wow, St. Louis Cardinals, 7 games. You guys won in 7 games over the Texas Rangers, and we're going to talk about it later on. But let's start from the beginning. Mom, the solid rock in your big family. Brother Steve, sister Jamari, and tons of aunts and uncles and cousins. Steve was a big sports guy. Talk about your older brother.
Yeah, man. Man, it's crazy. The more and more I get into this book, thank you again, Coach and Coach, for having me on the show, man. Y'all know I love talking sports and love talking to y'all about sports because y'all get to teach me a lot that I don't know, especially when it comes to the history of sports. But I'm so happy that you get a chance, Coach Hobley, you know my brother Kool-Aid. It's like being able to have him as a big brother was like a big time gift for me, because when I didn't care for the sport, he stepped in and reminded me why I should care for the sport. You know what I'm saying? So Kool-Aid was first of all, his name was Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what is a Kool-Aid? You know what I'm saying? Why you letting these folks call you Kool-Aid? But as I got older, I started realizing when people give you nicknames, that mean they like you.
It's endearing. It's an endearing thing.
Yeah, back in the day, Kool-Aid would have been a great nickname.
Yeah.
Yes, man. Yes, man. So, but having him, man, was very nice because he is the one that really propelled me towards sports and getting into active and competing. I mean, like we used to be in the backyard. We used to be in the backyard boxing all the time with the boys in the neighborhood. Like he created the toughness, the mental toughness for me to be able to play sports. And at the same time, he loved the game. So he wasn't doing it just trying to be a bully brother. He was doing it because he wanted me to be play at a high level all the time. He would come to all of my games. He would show up at my practices. I didn't have a real father figure in my life at the time. So he was really stepping in at those moments, not even knowing probably that he was fulfilling a lot of voids that I was having in my life. So having my brother Steve, man, or Kool-Aid as we call him, was most definitely a blessing in disguise, man. And still to this day, we compete at everything. You know what I'm saying? We was playing the other day, we was down at man, what's the name of the bar that's upstairs? Anyway, we had a little basketball play. We were over there playing that little basketball game, man, and we were competing. And it's like he 40-something years old, and I'm almost 40, and we were still competing with each other. He always brought that competitive side out of me, and I thank him. I thank my brother for that, man. My brother most definitely, all of my brothers really are all they're my angels. You know what I'm saying? They really helped me a whole lot as a youth. I'm sorry.
Yeah, your family you had a big extended family. You had a big family. Your uncle ran Warrington Ballpark.
Right. He was another one, same one. He was instilling all of those things in me as a baby.
Two-sport athlete. For Coach Mike Hall approached your mom about playing football. He actually coached Trent Richardson and Eugene Smith. Smith, man.
You remember that name?
Oh, my God. When I got to Catholic U as the quarterback, we went to Boot Hill. We were right Madison County. And if anybody's ever been to Boot Hill, Madison County, not an easy place to play. I almost got in a fight with the chain gang, actually. I almost got in a fist fight with the chain gang. So we're playing them, and they're good. We're pretty good. They're good, man. And they used to get 4 or 5 guys to FSU almost every year.
Right.
So we lost 34-32. Eugene Smith, you had 300 yards passing and 200 rushing against Madison County. He had over 500 yards against Madison County. That's how good you was. And of course, Iman was great.
Iman was good too, right?
Iman was great.
But I tell you, Eugene Smith, God rest his soul, man, his father, man, like as a youth dog, Eugene was him and Trent, but Eugene most definitely, because we were good. Eugene, they looked up to us, Kalen and Tony Man and Antoine Black, like JJ Jackson. But Eugene, we looked at him. We looked at Eugene like, wow. Like this dude is gonna be something really, really special. And if you look at him right now, he's still chiseled. You know what I'm saying?
He's
He's still a good
6'2",
old dude.
220
Right.
now. Yeah.
Right. He still look good.
Yeah, he was a beast. Quarterback was your first position. You're a lefty. We're going to talk about that later on. But talking about being quarterback at Pensacola High School and that team you guys turned.
Well, it all started as my freshman year. I didn't know I was going to play quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I was a little funky looking lefty. I had a good arm because I pitched and I threw all the time. I want to say it was Andre Thomas. He was also going out for quarterback as a freshman. Coach Howley, Coach Blake was over there with us.
Right.
And we had so many athletes, Brady Lindsay, you know what I'm saying? John Ellis, Brian Starr. We had so many young people, man, that everybody thought we were gonna be really good. You know what I'm saying? Like you really thought we were gonna be like really, really, really talented team. And we end up losing every game but one. But as a quarterback, at least, I kind of fast forward, but as a quarterback, you kind of take that responsibility. You know what I mean? Like, wow, we lost because of me. But I was that type of dude, man, when I played. I always wanted to be first. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When I learned that I was going to be the quarterback, I always wanted to be first. So playing quarterback, most definitely, it started as a freshman, and then, man, it was on and pumping after that. I was ready. I knew the position that I wanted to play, and that was quarterback.
Hobbs got a question for you.
I'm not sure what happened that year. I know Coach Blake, I think we had some coaching changes or something like that year. We've never went back to winning one game on ninth grade after that. I guarantee you. Nope. But you guys, like you said, they won one game as a freshman and they made it to the Final Four his senior year. We should have made it to the Final Two that year, but
should have made it to the state championship. But one thing I learned about that is, and I'll be quick with this, is that even having guys like Brady Lindsay was probably one of the top young running backs in Little League at Bellevue back then. It was like we were so excited about our possibilities. Even Coach Bennett was talking about how good, because he loved Brady Lindsay. He was so excited about us and what we could do that it kind of got in our head. You know what I'm saying? Like we kind of took it for granted, because none of the games that we only lost by 1 point. You know what I'm saying? Only game that we lost by more than one was against Woodham, and Woodham had a really, really good team, Preston and all those guys. But we only lost by 1 point. You know what I'm saying? So we were still in every game. We just didn't understand how to finish it.
Well, you're a great two sports star, and I think people are getting away from multiple sports. I know you played, Hobbs did. I played lacrosse, hockey, basketball, track, and football. I played like 5 sports in high school, and we were all knuckleheads in high school. Let's face it, man, we were. I thank God and Coach O'Leary for giving me a second chance at Liverpool, and I thank God and Coach Bryan for giving me a second chance at Alabama. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here today.
None of us.
That happened to you also when you went to Mississippi State.
Right.
And Coach Kroom, who had to let you go. We don't get into details, but you do talk about it in your book. I should have grabbed your book right here, man. I don't know what happened. I'm unprepared. I know you got a copy. I know you got a copy there, AJ.
I keep them with me, man. I keep them.
Yeah, he wrote a book from Pensacola to the World Series, and I just finished it last week, and must read for everybody here in Pensacola or anywhere. But yeah, we were knuckleheads. Man. And talk about going to Mississippi State, how you got hurt. Oh, talk about like shortly. We only don't have all day, but talk about when you played in the All-Star game and got hurt like at the last play of the game. And Coach Kroom asked you not to play in it. So you must even afterwards, not only did you have the anxiety of, oh my gosh, did I just blow my career here? I did something Coach asked me not to, and now he's still honoring my scholarship to go play football. Talk about all that, Age.
Well, I didn't really understand the power that Coach Kroom had, or the power that guys like Woody McCorvey. I don't know if y'all familiar with that name. You know what I'm saying?
Woody McCorvey.
Coach McCorvey, I should say. Man, you talking about guys that were they were so encouraging, man. Like, don't get me wrong, let's rewind a little bit. When I played in that All-Star game, I never forget Dan Shugart coming to me and saying, Adron, would you please play in this game? It's the first time it had come back. Matter of fact, I can't even think right now. Ray Palmer, he got a big story about it because he was a part of the bringing it back, and he was like, he every time I see him, he's in tears because he said, Adron, when you tore your ACL, I was like, what did I do? Why did I start this All-Star? Because he felt like it was his fault, which I didn't even know that, right? But Dan Shugart asked me to come back and play, and I had to play. Football was my life. That's all I knew. I remember Coach Ferry, God rest his soul. Coach Ferry was telling me, man, you don't need to play baseball, man. He was trying to get me away from the football. But then once he realized I was doing it, he wanted me to go to Mississippi State, and that's how I really got the connection with Mississippi State, because of Coach Ferry.
Okay.
But after I committed to them as a junior, Mississippi State. And so Coach Kroom was like, there's no need to play in the All-Star game. You already have a spot with us. Go play your baseball season. And that's when Coach Bielich was like, you need to make sure you play baseball, because you're probably going to get signed for a lot of money going to play baseball, right? My senior year. But I didn't want to listen. And yeah, man, at the end of the game, I came in the first 2 plays. We scored touchdowns. Coach Holiday was our offensive coordinator. He said, sit down. You don't need to play no more. And I knew it. I told Dan I was only going to play for a series or 2, and I was going to come out of the game. And he was agreed. They just wanted me to be a part of it, because Demps and myself, we had these, power schools that we were going to, Mississippi State and Florida. So the end of the game come, JJ Jackson, I want to say that or whoever it was over the other team, they done came and scored twice. I mean, 3 times. It's 21-14 now. So I'm over here like, I ain't finna lose this game. I got to go back in the game. I asked Coach Holiday, could I go back in the game? And of course he gonna say yeah. So I went back in the game, and I scrambled for a little, trying to get out of bounds by 30 yards, 40 yards or something. Guy pushed me in the back, man, and I tumbled over. And that's when my life changed right there, man. I mean, like I said in the book, man, you can hear a pin drop in that. At Escambia High School, you can hear a pin drop, dog. Like, it was the most shock, because I tried to stand up. And I didn't know what was going on, and I just fell back to the ground. Like, I could put no weight on my leg. And I never had felt that before. I never experienced that. So I knew right then something was wrong. You know what I'm saying?
I've got a question for you, H.
Well, during that day, earlier in the day, and I'm looking at this from a different point. Adron had didn't you accept the Florida-California game?
Right, exactly. I accepted that.
So he had accepted that day to play in the Florida versus California game.
That's right.
And I don't think people understand. We're the West in that East-West game. We had never won.
Yeah.
The West had never beat the East.
Yeah.
Adron takes them down, scores the tying touchdown, and with like 6 seconds left or something, that's when that happened.
Yeah, man.
Man. And had that not happened, the world history would have been changed. You'd probably never heard of Tim Tebow.
Yeah, man. And it's crazy.
Tebow
Sanchez
and Adron Chambers been on the same field in the same room.
Yeah, man.
On the same team.
Yeah, man. It was crazy. And
the world would have changed.
What was his name? Sanchez.
Mark Sanchez.
Mark Sanchez
played for USC.
Yeah, man. He was a part of that group. All of them guys, man. What was his name?
I went to the game. I tell you who was on the California team was Jackson. What's the great receiver?
Yeah, Deshaun Jackson. He was over there. Deshaun Jackson.
Deshaun Jackson and Mark
Deshaun
Sanchez were
Jackson.
on the California team.
Yeah, man. Derek Pegues. Like
Florida,
I was going to, and I wanted them too. Like I was hearing all these guys, the big time quarterback that was going to LSU, Porthrow or something like that, Porthrow or something. Like it was some names over there, and I wanted to see. They was telling me about Deshaun Jackson. I wanted to see what it was about. Yeah, man.
And don't forget, Tim Tebow's left-handed.
Right.
And if you had watched the ball come off of Adron Chambers' hand and watched the ball come off of Tim Tebow's hand,
oh yeah, they were different.
Hey, one could throw it 30 yards, one could throw it 130 yards.
Yeah, exactly. Man. Exactly.
All right, so it's your senior year in high school. Your first game, you guys beat Tallahassee Lincoln 35-7. You had over 350 yards in your first game, and you guys went 8-1, won 2 playoff games your senior year. And then you get recruited, and football, I guess, was your first sport. You just did baseball as a sidebar to do something after football. Talk about, and then Coach Kroom gets you. You get up there and you get redshirted, right? Your freshman year, because you were hurt, right? You get redshirted.
Yeah.
And then he switches you to cornerback as a redshirt freshman, and you start that year. Your freshman. Redshirt freshman year, you were started, and you were involved in the very first NCAA replay that Coach Kroom challenged, and it was your challenge, the very first NCAA replay. Talk about that.
Wow.
Oh man, that was cool. Even like once I got to college and start seeing how things like the referees would come into the meetings and they'll go over the rules and all that type of stuff. And this year they had the new rule of the instant replay, and they were saying how, you know what I'm saying, coaches would be able to throw the flag and, you know what I'm saying, all that type of stuff. So all this stuff was brand new. You know, it was tight. And then at the same time, we had Steve Spurrier over there. You know what I'm saying? So he was with the Gamecocks. You know what I'm saying? So it was just
game back.
Yes, his first game back. So it was like, so they were still trying to see how they were gonna be and all that type of stuff. So it was like, it was big. Coach Kroom, it was his second year at Mississippi State, so they were looking at us. We had Derek Pegues, all these top guys, Keith Fitzhugh, that were supposed to be, I don't know if you remember Anthony Dixon. You know what I'm saying? Like we had some
linebacker. Was
running back.
Yeah.
But you talking about Jamar Chaney, who played with the Eagles. You know what I'm saying, for a long time. I was around some real cats, man. But being a part, the funny thing about that instant replay was, obviously I didn't know, but Sidney Rice was the receiver. You know what I'm saying? So him and I go at the top, he's strong as I don't know what too. We go at it, boom, I knock it down. I know I knock it down.
Yeah.
He's telling everybody that he caught it, right? Sylvester Kroom does this move right here. He grabs his finger, he does this to me right here. I'm all the way on the other side of the field, and I can see his finger doing this right here.
I can see his finger.
And then we had Melvin Smith, who was our cornerback coach, and he's over there, you know what I'm saying, the same way. Come here, you know what I'm saying? Because they probably mad. Because during that time, I was getting better at DB. You know what I'm saying? I was making a lot of plays. Omar Connor is a big play I put in the book that Omar Connor and I had, and I was knocking balls down. So they was like, I was a pretty good athlete. You know what I mean? So they were like, man, what? Melvin Smith was like, how you let that dude jump on your head like that? I'm like, coach, he ain't catch the ball, right? Sylvester Kroom grabs me and was like, son, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna throw this flag. I'm finna throw the flag to challenge this play. Did he catch the ball? And I looked him square in his eyes and I says, coach, he did not catch that ball.
Wow.
From that moment on, Coach Kroom had so much trust in me because we won that challenge. He had so much trust in me. He and I's relationship grew so much. And I'm not just saying it was because of that play, but I kind of felt like he started to see the type of player I was, because I was a quarterback. I was a receiver. I'm going to DB. I'm moving all the way around, and I'm battling a knee injury. So I wasn't even myself, man. That whole season, I was taking pain medicine. Early I put it in my book that I failed a drug test from smoking marijuana. Like I was still going through it. When that happened, it was like I was starting to make the adjustment of being a football player, being accountable, being a teammate. Like my brain was starting to get back into it. And I kind of describe it that way in the book, man, because college football, people look at college and they don't realize, man, it ain't easy, man.
No,
it
it's
ain't
a
easy
big
playing
step.
in the SEC. Yeah, man.
Age. That's what I tell everybody. The jump from high school to college was so much bigger than the jump from college to the pros. It was not even close.
Not even close, man.
And you guys at that, I think that year, you guys got welcomed to the SEC when LSU spanked you 48-17, and you were probably wondering, holy cow, this is what big time college football's like.
DeMarcus Russell, man, like I never seen a quarterback like that. Dwayne Bowe, the best receiver, one of the best college receiver I've ever seen. McFadden, people probably don't even remember McFadden. The young people remember McFadden over there at Arkansas. Like, man, I'm talking about I played against some guys, Chris Leak at Florida. I'm talking about guys, it was amazing to be able to see the type of talent in the SEC. These guys were huge, man. They were giants of people. So I had to gain some weight and get big and still try to maintain that speed that I had lost. So it was most definitely. I mean, I remember when Dwayne Bowe scored that 80-yard touchdown, first play of the game on us. We looked like a little league team compared to LSU, man. We look like a little league team, man. It was crazy.
Tom's got a question for you.
Well, I think that's probably playing in SEC probably definitely helped you in Major League Baseball because just like you guys are saying, the jump from high school to college was way bigger than the jump from college to pro. So I think when Adron walks out there in the World Series in front of 40,000 people, he's out there yawning because that's not he's when you got to go
in front of 100,000.
When you got to go to LSU, and I don't know yesterday I saw the top stadiums and they talk about Death Valley, and the guy from Arkansas said that that's just there. He says the LSU fans are relentless. Especially
I don't even think they do it, Coach. I don't even think they do it no more. They used to have a big old tiger at the front of our locker.
Yeah, they Mike the Tiger's still there.
So I walked in there and I didn't know I didn't get a prep. I didn't get a warm up. Like I didn't know that this tiger was going to be there. Either maybe I wasn't paying attention or something like that.
You weren't paying attention.
When I walk over there, right? They probably said it. I just wasn't paying. I didn't believe
you weren't paying attention. Because anybody know that going Tiger Stadium know there's a tiger out in there.
Bro, this tiger started to roar when we walking in. I'm over here like, bro, that's illegal. How you
that's illegal. That's illegal intimidation. Illegal intimidation.
That was crazy. That was crazy, man, seeing that. And then the stadium rocks.
At least you didn't get a snake in the locker room like Carl Madison did.
Yeah,
Tate did Washington like that one time. They put a snake in the locker room.
Yeah, he did.
Oh wow,
yeah, he did.
Wow,
yeah.
That's crazy.
So so you get in trouble, you get kicked off. You're another just low point in your life, man. You thinking you let you down, but everybody in your family down, and so you head over to PJC at the time, Pensacola State College, Pensacola Junior College, and you run into Coach Bill Hamilton and talk about the grace that Chip Bose and Bill Hamilton gave you at Pensacola Junior College.
Well, you talking about Doug Martin, like these guys, I pay so much respect. Doug, I still love to this day. Bill the same way, you know what I'm saying? I call him, I get advice, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to hitting or baseball. I love talking to Bill. Bill knows that joker talk forever. But at the same time, like they came to me, they seen something that I didn't see. You know what I'm saying? Like I was still trying to like people were putting dirt on my name. I was trying to clear it up. Like this ain't me. I just made a stupid decision, mistake. Even to this day, it's like people look at me and be like, you know what I'm saying? Like when they really hear the side that this my story, they're like, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad I didn't get caught. You know what I'm saying? Because we were just doing stupid things like that.
Right.
Bill Hamilton wanted me to come play baseball. I wanted to still play football. You know what I'm saying? Where I got guys like Chris Ferris, like, I told you should have been playing baseball anyway. So it was almost like going to play baseball was like me trying to make everybody else happy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care to do that. I was trying to make everybody else happy. And it ended up being the best decision that I ever made, you know what I'm saying, at that time. Because the Cardinals were there to come look at other players, and they seen me, you know what I'm saying, out of nowhere. I had a really good game, really good series. It was adjustment, you know what I mean? It was fights. You know, I got in fights with my teammates. I remember Coach Hamilton made me apologize to the team. You know, I had the Brewers, I had all these scouts coming to see me. They came to see me, and I'm over here I'm being late for practice. Like, I didn't really care for baseball like that, even though I could play it. Coach Hobley, you know, I could play baseball, but I didn't care.
You weren't committed. Yeah, you weren't
I wasn't
all
committed.
in.
Well,
I wasn't, because I wanted to play football. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they really, Coach Hamilton, I remember I would be hitting in the batting cage, and the scout would be right there, and they would say, I'll never forget, he's saying, if this kid ever figured it out, he could be a really good ball player. I remember hearing that. He was telling the scout that. And it was like, I didn't say that. I wasn't regurgitating it. I wasn't eating it and going out there and maximizing it. I was just you know, they say that about me all the time. No, I don't care about that. I want to go play football. I was still want to go play football until Mr. Turco came over. He was a scout for the Cardinals. He came over and he asked me a couple questions that kind of led me to a man that doesn't think like just regular baseball thinkers, I should say. He said I was hitting off the tee, and he said, "Why do you do that drill right there?" Right then, that let me know that he was looking past the game. He was looking into my brain, like, what's making you do that right there? Because everybody don't do that drill. And going back to you, Coach Hobley, I was using a football drill for baseball. You know what I'm saying? I would stack them tires up. Sometimes I would hit them. Sometimes I do some DB drills in the outfield. And they was looking like, what's making you do that drill? And I was like, well, I'm doing this for this and this and this. And he was like, interesting. He said, you play any other sports? I said, yeah, I'm in the Mississippi State and play football. Interesting. I ended up having a good game. And he was like, oh, yeah, we need you to come to Memphis, Tennessee and try out for us. But it was the way that he was thinking. He was thinking past just hitting line drives or trying to make a dive and play. He was looking at the way I prepared. And I prepared when I was at Pensacola Junior College. I prepared like I was at Mississippi State, because that's all I knew.
Yeah, let's talk about these two tryouts you had, one with the Pirates and one with the Cardinals, because it's a great story, the tryout, the driving to the tryouts, the offer right there at the tryouts from both those teams. Talk about those two adventures, those two road trips for the tryouts.
Yeah, man. That bus ride was crazy. You know what I'm saying? I talked about that bus ride. I can't wait till people read that book, man. It's like, I talk about that bus ride. It really humbled me a big time. But when I showed up again, I was
tell him you took a bus to Tampa and then to Memphis, or what was it?
Memphis. Naples, Florida. I went to Naples, Florida. I went to Naples. And then I came back up to Memphis. Like, I didn't know what I was so green to this whole process, man, that I bought the wrong ticket to go. I went all the way down south, came all the way back up. It took me about 24 hours to get to a place. Memphis is like 5 hours away. But it was great though. You know what I'm saying? I got a chance to go to those tryouts. But and it's interesting because I didn't necessarily put everything in the book. When I met the coaches for the Pirates, that the team that I was trying out for, when I was still doing football drills. Man, I would set cones up sometime. Like, I was bigger because at Mississippi State I had the gain. I was only 170 in high school. I was 200 pounds now. You know what I'm saying? I was 200. I got big, you know what I'm saying? Because I had to go on the defensive side of the ball. And Coach Kitchens, I don't know if y'all remember Coach Kitchens, you know what I'm saying? Freddie Kitchens, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, but they was all like, hey, you need to gain a little weight, dog. You know what I'm saying? You need to gain a little weight. But when I got there, I was doing these drills, and they over there looking at me like, man, you might be at the wrong spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you over here practicing football. This is a baseball tryout. And I'm like, nah, man, my name Adron Chambers. Y'all asked me to come out here or whatever. No, well, somebody had asked me and told me about the tryout. So the trial went very, very well, man. Very well, to a point to where right then, and you could tell that they were negotiators. They were like, we'll give you $25,000 right now. At the time, I'm looking at it like, all right, where the money at? And then, right, that was so green. I didn't know. I remember Coach, God rest his soul, Coach Powell. Coach Powell came up and was like, you know, they were trying to steal you, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, they were trying to steal you, right? Meaning that you could have got way more money. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah, Coach Powell, man. Coach Powell was a big influence.
Yeah.
Him, Napoleon, man, listen, I had some guys that were really in my ear, you know what I'm saying?
In your corner, yep.
Yeah, man. Squeaky. I don't know if y'all remember Squeaky. Yeah, Squeaky man. Parker. All of them guys, man, they was helping me out. But I knew I had to try out in Memphis. So I was like, hey, look, I was honest with him. I was like, hey, look, I'm making this trip for Memphis. St. Louis wanted me to go try out. So can I give you a decision after that tryout? And they did it. They were like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Let us know. We really like your talent. I mean, and at that camp, I was blasting balls out of the park. Remember, I was bigger, a little bit, you know, I wasn't as fast because I was still, you know, pampering the ACL. Right. Because I was only 3 years out. But I was hitting the ball so well, and I was a DB, so I was able to track balls like it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? Me going to get a ball, I always had that. Plus, I'm able to backpedal and learn how to move my hips. It made it even more easier for me to go track a ball. So I go to Memphis after that. They told me I can wait. I go to Memphis, and that's when everything was that's when it was on the up. That's when they gave me 3 balls. I'll never forget. They gave me 3 balls to hit, man. Not only with that, I was out in the outfield diving for balls like I was Juan Pierre. And like, bro, I was making plays left and right. I'm just Mr. Lunau right now, who was the GM, who was at minor league director, still uses my story. I believe to this day. I know back then he used it all the time of how it was so many athletes there. So many, it was 75, 100. Something like that. Wow. And I was the only one out there tracking balls from left field to right field.
Diving for balls. Yeah. Yes. Separate yourself. You separated yourself from all the rest.
But I was already late. I was late to the camp. I was late because I had to take this bus ride. So I had to separate myself. I had to do something that helped me get looked. When I was doing all that on defense, they asked me to come and hit. And I hit a line drive, first pitch over the shortstop hit. I hit another line drive right back up the middle. And they was like, they seen like those first 2 swings was like nice. Like, and I can hit. Like even at Pensacola Dream Cards, I was a hitter. Right. They said, can you hit it over the fence? The next pitch, I hit it over the fence. They said, he's done. I was done with my hitting. They asked me to come up right then. They brought me upstairs and they was like, we're going to offer you $50,000. So it went from $25,000 to $50,000. If I was smart, like Coach Fair told me, I would have waited and not committed. Right then, I was thinking about my mom. You know what I mean? I know my mom needed some money. We didn't have a lot.
$50,000 is a lot of money.
It sounded good at the time. Now, I ain't know Uncle Sam was going to come and, you know what I'm saying, take some of that off. Yeah. But at the same time, I was pleased with the decision, and I was happy. I feel like for me to be able to call myself a world champion, I got there at the right time. I got there at the right time.
You spent 3 years, right, in the minors. Talk about those 3 years in the minors and all those bus rides and all that.
Oh, man,
like in 3 years is a pretty normal or maybe even a quick ride. It's a quick, it's a quick ride.
That's pretty fast, man. That's pretty fast.
Just think, just to say, if you're out of high school, well, how many, you know, if you go play college football and you come out your junior year, you come out earlier than the guys at 4 years. So that would be real quick. So it would be comparable to that.
All right, talk about your rise in the minors quickly.
Yeah, man. I was it was how can I explain it? It was a jungle, man. It was crazy because I seen so many guys get cut. I seen so many guys that I thought that were really, really good athletes. I mean, Dominicans, guys coming from Japan. I seen guys coming from all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Playing baseball, big, strong. I mean, these cats look like they was on steroids, man. Like I'm talking about big, strong jokers, man. Fast. But it was something that Coach LaRussa seen in me because he would always ask me to come and be the speed guy, the runner for defense. So we had Troy Gloss over there, Rick Ankhill, you know what I'm saying? We had some guys. He always wanted me to come over there and run. You know what I'm saying? Like run the bases and all that type of stuff. And I feel like that when I start realizing, that's why I love Tony La Russa so much. He was able to direct me. He was able to say, okay, this is your job. Do this. Rather than trying to eat the whole elephant. You know what I'm saying? Like when I got there, I was trying
put you in a role. Yeah.
Yes. I was trying to do this, that. So it was kind of all over the place. And in the minor leagues, you start trying to make it to the big leagues, you start realizing that it's an order. You know what I'm saying? It's an order. Like Albert Pujols every day was consistent with everything he did. And as a minor leaguer, you're trying to figure that out. You're trying to figure out what's your game plan. I'll never forget when I first what I remember, I never forget Mark McGuire, who's a good friend of mine. Mark McGuire said, Adron, it's time. When I got to the Billy, he said, Adron, it's time for you to create a plan on how to stay here. You know what I'm saying? Like you got here, now you got to create a plan on how to stay here. And that's something that Roy Jones taught me. Roy Jones said the same thing. How it's one thing to get to the top, it's another thing to stay at the top.
Right.
So I had to learn that. You know what I'm saying? So going through the minor leagues, as the years kept progressing, I learned something every year. And now that I sit back and I think about it, that's what kept me with the Cardinals, because every year I did something better. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't the same player. You know, one year, you know, I had a lot of hits. The next year I had a lot of triples. The next year I had a lot of stolen bases. You can start to see my game starting to mold itself together to where that 2011 year, when we won it in the minor leagues, I had put everything together. I had the home runs, I had the triples, I had the batting average, I had the defense. Like everything had come together to get that promotion to go to the majors.
Wow. Well, those 19 triples you had in the Florida State League over there.
Yeah, you led the minors in the majors.
He led. I think he led the whole planet. He led it. I think he led Planet Earth in triples.
Yeah. I hit a lot of triples, man.
So you had 19 of them, dude.
Yeah. I had a lot of
triples.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, part of that is they're on big fields. You know, you might play in a place that's 420, 430 feet. But still, but you still got to get it. You still got to hit it that far.
Yes. Well, I pay it. I pay it. I'm sorry, Coach. Go ahead.
Yeah. I also, I remember listening online the night that you got hurt in Las Vegas, sliding in. I think, was that a double or triple you hit that night when you slid in?
That was a double.
Was that at the beginning of the game? That was like did you lead off the game?
Right.
So I'm listening to his game on whatever on the computer, on the computer and stuff like that. I had a chance to go see him play in New Orleans over there.
Yeah, he did. And, we had a nice we ate at a nice restaurant that night too.
Yeah. and sitting next to this guy, when you walk in the casino with him in New Orleans, it turns heads.
Nice.
Okay. People know.
Yeah.
People know. So he's talking about making those adjustments. Yeah, he had to make a lot of
man. It was crazy. All those triples, I just want to give shout out to Jeff Albert, because that's who helped me that year, man. My game really changed because they wanted me to hit more doubles and triples. I was a singles guy. But I had power. In batting practice, I would hit. That was like Ichiro. You watch Ichiro hit batting practice, he'll hit 1,000 home runs. You know what I'm saying? But he just liked to hit it over the shortstop head. That was me. I just wanted to hit it over the shortstop head. But I had some power, and I started turning heads that year. I hit all those triples with my power.
Boy, you spent a lot of time, Quad City, Iowa, the Springfield, Missouri, all those minor leagues, and then you get the call for the 40-man roster, the call up in September, and I think you were at a restaurant or something. No, I don't know. Tell the story. Tell the story about when you got the call up in September.
Well, one's a call up and one was the World Series.
Yeah.
So you're talking about when I got
we get called up before the World Series, right?
Yeah,
I got
So I got Series. The restaurant is the one at the World
yeah.
Right. That's when that was game 7 of the World Series when I got into the roster.
When you were in the roster.
Yeah. Right. Tell us about both of them.
Yeah, tell us about both of them. Tell us about both.
So the cool thing about making that 40-man roster was when Derek May, I don't know if y'all remember that name. Derek May, he used to play for the Chicago Cubs, big time hitter. You know what I'm saying? Went over to Japan and played, and it was just a phenomenal athlete. One of the greatest coaches that I had at the Cardinals. There wasn't a lot of black coaches there. You know what I'm saying? So being able to have
Johnny
him
Joe,
there,
right? Was Johnny Joe
Johnny
there?
Joe Lewis, Johnny Joe had just left. You know what I'm saying? He had just left.
Johnny
You know
Joe
what I'm saying?
Lewis.
We did have one coach that was there by the name of, goodness, I'm gonna forget his name. I never forget him because he was smoking. That's when they were still able to smoke cigarettes. I remember him smoking a cigarette on his knee. And if I got Cardinal fans watching this, they gonna know his name. But he was smoking a cigarette. But it was the interesting thing about that when I got that 40-man roster call was Derek May told me I was a 38th round draft pick. You know what I'm saying? I was one of the last draft picks. He came up to me right before that. I'm in Arizona Fall League, you playing against the best. I'm playing against Bryce Harper, Eric Hosmer, Mike Mustard. I'm playing against the best of Ben Revere, Tony Cruz, like all of the best athletes. He came up to me, grabbed my shoulder. He said, Adron, this is your time to show them that you deserve to be here. You know what I mean? And it was like a light came on in my head. It was like, because you always trying to figure out when is that moment? When is the moment for me to shine? When is the moment for me? And I realized that was the moment. I was 10 for 10 in stolen bases. I led the whole Arizona Fall League. Wow. I led them in stolen bases. I hit like 375. I had a couple leadoff home runs. The defense was just off the chain. I remember I stole 3 times in one game, and I stole one time. The pitcher didn't even deliver the ball to the plate, and I stole it back. The pitching coach came out there to talk to him and said, "We can't have." He took him out of the game. I stole before he even took a pitch. You know what I'm saying? So,
and Adrian, and people don't understand about the Arizona Fall League. You might have 32 teams. But each team only can send 2 or 3 players of their organization. So if I got somebody in the big leagues,
Mitchell Page,
maybe he needs a little bit more work. I might send him there, or I might be able to send my A guy there. Or I can only send 2 or 3 of my whole organization of say my 8, 9, 10 teams. To that league.
That's right.
The Cardinals chose him.
Yeah, man. Yeah, out of the whole and that's like the whole all the minor league teams, like Coach is saying.
All them teams you just named, some of them teams didn't get a player on that. Well, matter of fact, 99% of them teams you just named there, they didn't have one.
Right. The name that I gotta say his name because Mitchell Page was such a great dude for me, man. Mitchell Page was his name. He was the guy that was smoking the cigarette that I was telling you about.
Mitchell Page.
Look up that Mitchell Page. I want to say he coached in the big league. He was in the big leagues coaching. Mitchell Page, man. Great cat, man. I'm talking about phenomenal dude. But I never forget. Matter of fact, what's my coach name? The basketball coach, the big time basketball coach. He was mean as a mug. What's his name?
Where at?
Oh man. Was it Indiana college coach?
Bobby Knight.
Bobby Knight came to speak for us, right? He came to speak at I guess him and Tony Russo were good close friends. And Mitchell Page, I never forget, he was talking, and Mitchell Page is on one knee over there smoking. Got a head like this in his fingers, and over there just smoking away. And I'm like, I like that, right? You know what I'm saying? It was like, it made me feel like I was home. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, they don't do that no more. They don't have no Snicker bars and all type of sweets. They don't do that no more. Back then, though, it was get it how you live. We had peanut butter and jelly sandwiches every day. You know what I'm saying? Now they get lobsters and shrimp. Back then, if it wasn't no more sandwiches, you wasn't eating. You know what I'm saying? So it was get it how you live. Mitchell Page.
So you're with it. So you get called up. You're in the 40-man roster, and you get to sit in the dugout for the World Series. You weren't on the active roster, but then you were sitting with your girlfriend at dinner, and the fans started recognizing that you're on the Game 7. You're on the Game 7 list. And talk about the World Series. how that transpired kind of quickly. You waving the towel and getting all the fans involved. And actually, I think it was the owner's wife after the season came up and said how much you brought energy to that World Series team.
Yeah, man. Tony Russo said that Cardinals game that we won 1-0, that I stood on top of the dugout. He said that was his favorite game of all time. You know what I'm saying? He said, yeah. He said,
whoa, did he really?
Tony
Russo said that?
He said that his most exciting game that he's ever been a part of was that game. He said that at the parade. I never forget that day, man, because it kind of brought chills to me, because it was an electrical moment. And I'm not saying it was just because of me. Right. It was because we won the game, how we won the game. Right. But it made us winning the World Series that make that much more sense. Like, it had to be moments like that to happen for us to do what we did. You know what I'm saying? But being able to be a part of that, man, and hearing your manager say that was like a dream come true for an athlete like me. Young guy, I'm trying to find my place on the team, and him being able to encourage me in a way to allow me to be myself, to stand on top of a dugout. They could have ran over there and grabbed me and told me to sit my butt down. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? Right. But you know what I'm saying, when you seeing, 40, 50,000 people standing up, you know what I mean, and then it's giving us energy, and we come back and win. It was like those moments start propelling, and I start being able to be just like the one in Game 7. Being able, I was at Fridays in St. Louis, right around the corner from the stadium. My girl, Whitney at the time, who was my girlfriend, she loved going out to eat. Even though she can cook, she loved going out to eat. So we decided to go to lunch at Fridays before the game. And because of the World Series, like, we wanted to get there early, make sure everything was good. So this is like 11 o'clock. But I also knew that Matt Holliday had got hurt that night. I didn't know the sincerity of it, right? They didn't tell us. They didn't want to put it out there because they wanted to still have the Rangers believe that he was playing. And next thing you know it, the fans already knew I was in the stadium. You know what I'm saying? I'm over there kind of signing autographs, eating. But they were St. Louis is a beautiful place, man. They were still chilling. They knew I had a game. They knew I had to focus, so they wasn't over there. Can I get out? They wasn't doing all that type of stuff. And plus, I wasn't Albert Pujols too. But they would let me chill. You know what I'm saying? They would let me chill. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sitting down, and next thing you know, a fan yells and say, "Adron, look at the TV." So we looking. She looks first, because I'm eating. You know what I'm saying? She looks first. She say, look. And next thing you know it, at the bottom of the screen, and they talking about it at the same time, they say Matt Holliday, Adron Chambers will replace Matt Holliday in Game 7 of the World Series. And it's like my everything just dropped. Like, I took off. I don't even think I paid my bill. I don't even think we paid the bill, man, for real. I don't even think we paid the bill. We ran to the stadium. I ran to the stadium. Come on, man. Bro, I had to know, because now I'm thinking I'm finna be in the lineup. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna be in the line, like I'm. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is finna happen right now. You know what I'm saying? So it was really one of them moments where it was a surreal moment for me, dog. Like, even thinking about it now was like. Like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really was a part of something that, wasn't in baseball wise, big time history. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was added to the World Series of Game 7. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of the best World Series in Cardinals history. I was able to be a part of that, man. So yeah, man, it was I was happy for moment, and it was like story moments like that happened that whole year for us, that really made our story of winning that much better.
Man, that's beautiful, dude. That's just a great story, Age. Thanks for coming on and sharing it again. Yes. What's next for you? What are you thinking about, coaching high school baseball?
Yeah, man, it's interesting, man. Mello probably mad at me right now because I got to put my resume in over there at Pine Forest High School. Pine Forest, the opening came up for me to My bad. Let me push this. The opening came up for me to coach at for anybody to coach at Pine Forest. And I know Coach Howard, we talked about that. I gotta say this. Being able to be a part of, I'm like Roy, man, being able to be a part of Pensacola for some reason, and I know that being home sometime for athletes it's not the best thing all the time. You know what I'm saying? You don't get the best support sometime, but I will say this about Pensacola, the fact that I came from here, I always want to get back to my hometown, and I see that it's a lot of young athletes that love the game of baseball, that want to learn the game of baseball at a high level, and I know it starts at the collegiate level. I mean, at the high school level. I know it starts right there. Yeah. So being able to, and for the ones that's been playing Little League, but being able to coach was something that I always managed, not just coach, because I coached at Pensacola Junior College. And Brian just texted me the other day. I'm still mad because he texted me. I was waiting on the phone call. But he texted me and he was like, "Are you going to come back?" And I haven't told him yet because I'm still waiting to see if I'm going to get this Pine Forest. Right. Hey, I shot in for PHS, man. I told him at PHS. I seen him hitting. We seen him, Coach.
Yes, they were hitting yesterday.
Yeah, they were hitting. I was happy to see that. I told him I wanted to come to PHS. PHS told me that they had a coach that they like right now. So I stepped back from that, but Pine Forest came open, so I'm gonna put this application in, man, and see what I can do.
All right.
Yeah, you'd be a great influence on that, man. You can mold kids in high school more than you can in college or the pros age. So we're so proud of you, man. We're so proud of you.
Yes.
11adron56@gmail.com. Every athlete that I ever interview has their number I do too. Have their number in their email address, man.
Yeah, man.
11 and 56 are guys special in your heart.
Always, man. That's what I wore in high school, and then 56 is what I wore winning that World Series. So yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Great, Age. All right, brother. Yeah, keep us informed. Let me know what your plans are going to be. Let Hobbs and I know, and we're here to support you, man. We appreciate you.
Especially keep us posted on the transactions. You know, with what's going on.
Yeah,
as far as most definitely. I'm excited.
We don't want to hear it from the grapevine, but good luck with that.
Yeah, y'all know how I am. I'm community, so once I get this over there at Pine Forest, it's up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm involving everybody. I want the support from the community. I want the restaurants. I want the local businesses. I want us to be able to use our community to help these young people. So I'm excited.
Man, you'd be a great one, Age. We appreciate you. We love you too, man.
Yes.
I love y'all too, man. Thank you, Coach.
All right. Okay, buddy. Have a good day. So long.
Yes, sir.
See it, man. Adron, man, you know better,
man.
What a special dude, man. What a special dude, and we want to thank him for being here. Thanks for watching the show, Local Sports Report for Coach Hobbs. I'm Coach Tripp. Have a great sports week, everybody. So long.
Peace.
Arbitrium Consulting for all your fencing, landscaping, pressure washing, tree trimming needs. Call 850-483-0350. for your free estimates. Serving Pensacola, Gulf Breeze, Navarre, Fort Walton, Destin, Perdido, Gulf Shores, Foley, and the entire Gulf Coast. Arbitrium Consulting is owner-operated, fully licensed and insured. Call today, 850-483-0350, the official landscaper of Coach's Corner.
Hey, Bama fans, this is Will Moore, president of the Pensacola Bama Club. You can find us at PensacolaBamaClub.com. We are your official alumni chapter in the Pensacola and surrounding areas. Membership is available to all alumni and all Bama fans, so come see us at one of our many events throughout the year. Our Bama football watch parties are the next best thing to being in Bryant-Denny Stadium. We even serve authentic stadium hot dogs. Membership, event, and contact information will be found on our website at PensacolaBamaClub.com. Roll Tide.
Did you know there's a place where you can get good neighbor service and surprisingly great rates on your home and auto insurance? Yep, and that place is, ta-da, State Farm. Here's the deal. State Farm agent Will Rentschler is your go-to agent in Pensacola, Florida for the service you deserve at the price that you want. So stop shopping around. State Farm agent Will Rentschler has you covered. Call 850-433-4678 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Legal disclaimer, individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Over 30 years, you have seen the orange Beck signs all over the Gulf Coast listing a property for sale or lease. Beck Partners is your trusted advisor in commercial real estate, property management, commercial and personal insurance. Senior Vice President David Valletto has been with Beck Partners since 1989. Take advantage of his wealth of knowledge by calling him today at 982-7352. 982-7352. Extensive experience in all aspects of leasing, sales, management, and site selection will make sure your expectations are exceeded.
My name is Steve Reynolds. I'm the manager and owner of Cordova Lanes, and we help keep your mind out of the gutter. Cordova Lanes is part of the community of Pensacola. Being here for 43 years, we've entertained more people than any other bowling center in the city. We sell fun for a living. Cordova Lanes is located at 2111 Airport Boulevard in Pensacola, behind Cordova Mall. Come on out and see us at Cordova Lanes Bowling Center. Thank you.